going?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you doing? Thank you so much for buying those wraps from us. Really appreciate it. I told you I'd send you a video on how to install it. Just want to go over a couple of things that you're going to need. You need straight edge and a razor, roller or yardstick, sander with 220 or 320 grit, or if you don't have a sander, no big deal. You get a nice fine sand block that you can purchase at Lowe's, whatever is easiest for you. And then you will need a roller, which you can get at Walmart real cheap, or a brush. So let me explain, and then a product to clear this. And you have a choice to do on a few of these. This here is a water base. This allows you to be able to roll it on. Now the nice thing about being able to roll it on, and it's Helmsen water-based bin wax. Make sure you get the water base. If you get the oil base, it will take a lot longer to dry. But the nice thing about being able to use this product here is it's water-based and it dries very quickly. You can actually put your wrap, clear your games, sand it that day, put your wraps on, and clear it, and then play it on the next day after it's cured. And you can roll this on. This product is made by Minwax as well. It's a water base as well, but you cannot roll it on. It's Minwax polyacrylic. You have to use a brush. If you use a roller, it will bubble up and it will make your wraps horrible, and it will give you a very rough and hard surface. So I enjoy using this product. I've used it before several times, but you have to use a brush. The problem with using a brush is that it uses at least brush strokes. Now this is the product that I use. I use this polyurethane fast drying. Don't let the word fast drying fool you though. It actually takes 24 hours to dry. So when you put it on, it literally takes 24 hours to dry. And then you have to sand it down using your sand block to make it smooth, or your sander, 220 to 320 grit higher. But then the reason why I like to use this is because when I get done using this, your set actually looks like it's glass. It looks like when you go to a restaurant, when you go to a Frickers or a Roosters or a BW3s where their tables are polyurethane. This is what this makes it look like. Now, I have already urethane these sets here. You'll take a look over here. I got a guy helping me record here. I've actually urethane those sets with this clear here, okay? And I did it yesterday. And so it took 24 hours to dry. Now it's dry and I can touch it, a little rough. You'll see that it's rough. Now I need to sand it because if I don't sand it, you'll feel every imperfection and your wraps may not want to stick either. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sand this, and he's going to show you sanding one of these, and then we'll go through the next step. I'm actually going to use my sander, but you can use your sand block if you don't have a sander, but I'm going to use my sander because you want a smooth finish to be able to do it. As you can see how rough it is. Sanded that, got it smooth. Now you're going to want to take a washcloth. It can be dry. You can make it wet too, just takes a little bit longer, but if it's dry, you can still wipe off the dust. Now, let me talk a little bit about your cornhole boards. If you're actually going to paint them like I do, you're thinking, man, he got to know how to paint. No, I painted a border like this, and if you'll actually put it down here a little bit, you'll notice that I use the roller. I brush it on and then I roll it, but I make it real smooth because if you just cake it on with a brush and you go to put your wrap on, every imperfection is going to show up through your wrap. So I brush it on and then I roll it, and I just put about an inch border in so that it'll cover up, the wrap will cover it up. So So let me wipe this off here. Okay, nice and wiped off there. So now you've got your wraps from me. What you should do is you should take them out of the tube and you should roll them out on a flat surface, kind of like what I've got here. And if you need to use a paint can or something, put them face down like I have them here and set it on top of it so it'll straighten out. Listen, if it comes wrinkled, if it comes messed up, if you flatten it out, and I would never send you anything that's messed up. Sometimes it gets wrinkled during the transit of the post office. Don't worry though. If you take it out of the tube, you put it down like this, and you put a couple of cans or put some weight on it, it'll flatten out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this in my tripod here so that Mike can help me, because you need two people. You really want two people to put these wraps on. You've been doing it as long as I am. You can put it on by yourself, but I really would suggest you do two people. Now, some people do a backing paper with the wraps. I don't, and the reason why is because we use a rapid air thick vinyl, and you don't need to use that contact paper. Contact paper can also rip your vinyl when you're pulling it off. It can put bubbles in it, and sometimes this gets bubbles in it. I'm going to show you how to deal with that if you get bubbles. I'm going to try to help you with anything that you come up with. And know that I am an email away as well to help you walk through these if you have any questions as well. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I'll take that and I'll put it right here. Okay. Now we got it on the tripod here. So I flipped the wraps over, as you can see right there. And like I said, if you get them out, when you get them out of the tube, you're going to roll them out. You're going to set some weight on them and set them for about an hour. Let them get flattened out just like this. And once it gets flattened out and it sits flat just like that, again, if it has a wrinkle in it or not, like, don't worry about it. I'll show you how to get it out. And it's nothing that I would ever send you. Sometimes during the mailing process it happens. So now that that's happened, it's ready to put it on. I've already sanded this off. I wiped it off. We're ready to go. Again, you should really want to put two people on there. All right. So I'm going to set it right here. You want two people. Okay. Take your image like this. You're going to peel the corner just like this to get it started. And when you're second person, you're going to lift the corners up here, you being the person to peel the corner off, and then they're going to take the backing paper from you and go slowly so you don't put any creases or wrinkles in it. And they're going to peel it back. Now you're going to want to keep this backing paper, so Mike, go ahead and set that down once you pull it off. Peel it off. Now be careful as he's peeling it off that it doesn't fly. You really want to do this in your garage or in your basement or somewhere that's not got a lot of wind, because if the wind grabs it, you could have a problem. Okay? So Mike's going to take this, and I'm showing you this. Mike, don't take offense to this, because Mike usually sands these for me. Mike didn't put these wraps on very often, so I'm showing you how easy this is. Don't set it down. You might put it up in the air a little bit. Now, set it down a little bit. Don't put it on the set, but you're going to split the difference. Make sure it's good on there, and you're good on your bottoms too. Pull it down a little bit towards you. Now what you're going to want to do, you want to go over towards you. There you go. Like that. Now put it up in the air for me. All right. Now your wraps are 24 by 48. My wraps that I do for myself, because I do games for people as well, are 23 and a half by 47 and a half. Because when I do that, I won't have to trim it, but I'm going to show you how to trim it as well if you have any questions about that. So now we've got it centered where we want. I'm going to push the corners down like that. Lift it up higher. And you're going to lift it up like that. And you're going to take your hands, make sure they're clean, and you're going to start wiping it down like that. You can hold it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now, see, I got a bubble in mine a little bit because mine got a little high. It's all right. Hold up. Shows you right there. Lower. Here, you don't have to pull so tight. You don't want to pull too tight. Hold up. just going to start wiping it like this with your hands. And when your hands are clean, and I took my wedding ring off because you don't want to scratch it, you just start to wipe it down here. Lift it up. Go ahead and let go. You can let go right here like this. Now, if you've got a little bit of a wrinkle like I do right here, this stuff's real easy to work with. Just peel it up a little bit here. Voila. Now, that vacuum paper that you have, okay? You're going to want to take it, and where it says Orajet, you're going to want to put the Orajet side up. Okay? You're going to want to take a credit card, or a bank card, or a gift card, and you're going to want to wipe it down. Don't push too hard. But you want to do this to make sure you get all the bubbles out and you get it down secure on it. You hear that noise? I'm pushing the air out of it. Okay. Now, because I've already trimmed mine, I had to cut out, I printed it a little bit smaller so that I wouldn't have to cut it. Imagine if I didn't know. It was 24 by 48. Take your straight edge here, your yardstick here. You put this down here. Mike, come on over and give me a hand. It's easier to have two people help you, okay? And you want to go in about 1/4 of an inch. Now, some people like 1/8 of an inch. I like 1/4 of an inch because you don't want to, you don't want the little kids to be picking at it and stuff like that. You're going to clear gloss these, but sometimes kids can pick at it. So I would go in at about 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and you would cut it. Now, again, I've already got that on here, but you would set it where you want, and you would cut all the way around. Take your razor blade after you've cut it and pop it underneath the part that you've cut and peel it away. You do it all the way around here. You cut it. You do it on the other side as well. You cut it to where you want it. Cut it down there. Once you get done, you're going to want to cut your hole. Make sure you got a sharp razor blade. Push your hole in like that. Push it in, not too hard, but push it in. Take it and put it at an angle. And you let the hole be your guide. And you come around just like this. I'd say at about a 45-degree angle. Come around here on this side. Take your razor blade. That's why it's important to sand your hole too. And if you paint it, you'll want to use your sand block to paint your hole as well. Now we'll go ahead and put this other wrap on too, just to show you how easy it is. And you actually seen that we had a little bit of a bubble here when we were putting it on, and we just pulled it up. Don't yank it up real hard, but you can play with this stuff. This stuff bends and it flexes, and you can pull it up if you have any problems. Okay. He's going to pull the backing paper. Here he goes. Okay, I've got it. Remember, try to do it in your garage or your basement or inside even your house if you can. Because if a big gust of wind grabs it and it gets stuck together, you could have a problem. But this time you won't want to pull this tight. Okay?
Right.
Go ahead and pull it down towards you. Check both sides here. Because you're going to want to get it centered. You want to get it positioned. Okay, that looks good there. You look good there on your end?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, leave it just like how you got it. Just like it. You ain't got to go up or none. Okay?
Good.
I'm going to put my corners down like that. Now you'll notice he's not pulling this tight. He's just kind of resting it up in the air. You can let go. You can let go. Yes. Check your corners. Take your backing paper, your Orajet, facing up. Take your gift card. I'm just squeegeeing it down here, wiping it down, not doing it too rough. That's all there is to it. Now, if for some reason you had trouble getting it down and you have a bubble or something like that, it's sticking up on the set, what you do is you take your razor blade and in the middle of that bubble, you would lightly cut it. Just one little slice, not too big, just a little bit. And then work the air out with your hands like this, and it'll take the air out. You'll have no problem doing it. Take your razor blade, put it at an angle. Cut it, and it's done. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one more on by myself this time. If you don't have somebody to help you, that's how you do it too. You got to sand this real quick, so bear with me a second while I sand it. Just take me a moment here. Sanded. I'll wipe it down, get the dust off. You want to make sure there's no imperfections or you splattered paint on it. You want to make sure the surface is smooth. Check to make sure this is on the straight here so I can see. You guys can see me there. I'll just go a little bit there. Okay, I got a Chicago teens here. Now I'm going to do this by myself here to show you that it can be done. Build my corner. Sometimes you got to pick a different corner. Like I said, I already cut mine out, so you're going to see that my machine cut mine out, so I won't have to trim it. So, pardon me on that. I have to pull the part off where my machine cut it. So it's cut for me at 23.5 by 47.5, so that I don't have to take the time to trim that. A lot of customers wanted the 24 by 48, so that way they can trim it. So. Go ahead and do your corner here. Now this is where you have to be careful, because you don't want it to stick together. Watch me now. And if you start pulling too fast, you could put a big wrinkle in it and you won't be able to get that out. So you you want to be gentle here. Keep your fingers up where it's not touching. Okay? It's easy to work with. You see I'm sitting there with it being all flimsy and stuff. Now I'm going to take it here to the front. I know some of the guys who put wraps on their boat and think, wow, this guy's doing it by himself. It's not hard. See, I'm sliding it up where I want. I'm checking it. Make sure it splits the difference, that it's even on both sides. Okay, I've got it where I want it. I'm going to push my corners down, and then I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to work my way out, pushing the air out, pushing the bubbles out. Sometimes you get a little bubble here down at the bottom, and you just lift up, no problem. Very easy to work with. Put my backing paper, this is Orajet, facing up. Get my gift card here. Wipe all the way. You can wipe all the way down, or you can do half. Hear that? That's the air being pushed out. You want to do this. It's important that you do this step because you want to make sure that it sticks down before you clear it. Okay, this backing paper right here. Razor blade. I got a bubble right here. Take your razor blade, lightly slice it, just a little bit, push it out. There you go. Take your razor blade, do it at an angle. Okay. Now, we'll talk a little bit about these products real quick. I'll let you go. You can clear them however you want. Use whatever you want. It's your preference. And I'll tell you a little bit more about these products again. This one you can use. I've used it. It's water-based. And you can use a roller on it. This one is water-based as well, but the advantage of using water-based is, let's say you're in a bind, you got a party tomorrow, you just got these wraps today, you got a party, you use the water-based, you put the coat on the bottom of the board, or on the boards first, let it dry, sand it, and then you put your wraps on and you use this again. And guess what? The next day, you're going to be able to use it. You're going to be able to play, okay? Don't ever buy the spray in a can, because if you do, yes, it leaves a nice gloss to it, but it's not enough. It will not keep the wraps done. You have to either brush it on with this or use this and roll it on. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, I've used the polyurethane because I like mine to look like glass, and this looks like glass too, but these look like where you go to a restaurant and eat at the table, and it's just the way that it secures it and locks it down, and I've just got more time on my hands where I can make it last longer, and I like using this urethane. So, what we're going to do, so I've got my polyurethane. Now, just so you know, sorry to keep jumping all over the place here on you. Just want to make sure that you put everything down and get everything on the way that you want. These water-based ones, when you open it up, don't be alarmed. It looks like milk. When you put it on your boards and you put it on your wraps, it will look like milk until it dries. The milky color will go away as it dries, so don't be alarmed with that. This polyurethane, this is an oil base. I like using it just because, to me, I feel like it makes it even more secure, but I also just like the glass look that it gives it, and the professional look, and I think that it secures it longer. The Minwax water-based probably lasts you 5 to 7 years. You take your boards inside, they'll last you a lifetime. You can take them inside when you're done playing. This here, I think that it's just longer and it gives it a better effect. Just my preference. I'm going to take my roller. I'm going to dip it in here. Get it all wet here. And I'm going to start it here in the middle here. Okay, dip it again, so I'm going to get half of it. I'm going to roll this here. Now that I've got it all over the board, now I'm going to go down like that, long strokes here. And it don't look like it was sprayed on with a gun. I've got plenty of polyurethane on here. One coat will be fine. And I'm going to do my sides to give it that nice high gloss shine. You want to make sure that you don't have any runs on the end. Okay, I'll do it one more time and I'll show you this other board. How it looks. And the video won't do it justice. Mike's about to fall asleep on me over here. Okay, got it rolled out even. Doing my sides here, makes it look really sharp. Secures the paint too. Okay, it's done. That is enough. Now this will take 24 hours to dry or cure. But buddy, when it dries and it cures, it's really worth the wait. Let me show it to you here. The video doesn't do it justice, but it looks like glass. And when it dries, you're going to have a sharp set of boards. Thank you so much for purchasing the wraps from us. If you ever need boards in the future, let me know. You can reach me at Chris, C-H-R-I-S, at cornholefamily.com. Again, my email is Chris, C-H-R-I-S, at cornholefamily.com. If you're watching this video and you didn't purchase wraps from us, you can email me at Chris at cornholefamily.com, and we can do any wrap design that you want, get it sent to you, and we'll give you the, a high quality product here. And if you have any problems, shoot me an email. Thank you so much. Real quick, just to let you know, if you're only going to do one set of boards, you can buy this product in a quart. It's about $11 to $12 for a quart. These here, because it is water-based and it dries quicker, it is about $17 a quart. So about $17 a quart as well. And like I said, I like using this one. This one's my favorite to work with. I've used pretty much any urethane that you can imagine because I've been in the cornhole business probably for 7 or 8 years and probably do about 1,000 boards a year and ship them all over the country, mostly for churches and businesses and stuff like that. But we'll do anything that you want. chris@cornholefamily.com. If you have any questions or concerns or problems with your wraps, shoot me an email. If you want to order boards from us, shoot me an email. Thank you so much.